Hey, this is Beth Hart, and I'm at Bluesfest with the AU Review.
Thank you very much for joining us, and welcome to Australia.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I know we were saying off camera you've been here briefly before, but this is your first real jaunt around the country. What are your impressions of Australia so far?
I had no idea what to expect. I had been here in the late 90s for press, no shows, but it was back in a time where I was really jacked up, so I have no memory of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect, and I just knew I was really excited to finally have some shows to do. People have been unbelievably friendly. It actually reminds me a lot of the States, how warm and friendly everyone has been. Definitely that laid-back vibe, kind of like where I'm from, Los Angeles. It's laid-back, California. And then I was really, really blown away by last night because I didn't know what to expect, you know, even though we'd done a handful of club shows. It's so different than actually getting to do the festival. And when we came out there, people were so warm to us that it made all of us just settle back and go, yeah, this is going to be a cool show. We can focus on the music and trying to do a good show for them, you know, so...
You had one of the rare mid-afternoon encores that I've seen from an artist.
Yeah, but I have to say I didn't really earn it. I came off stage and I said, okay, that's it, you know, and they had quieted down, and my husband's like, no, you got time to go do one more. I'm like, but dude, you know, they're not like going crazy. He goes, watch this, and he goes out on stage and he goes like this, and I'm like, that's cheap, you can't do that, dude. So then I got to come back out and do one more.
Just take it.
I take the credit.
Well, we don't expect. I mean, we don't expect artists to come back out in the middle of the afternoon. So everyone would have gone, "Oh well, that's it."
Yeah.
Sure enough, you came back out and rocked it.
Way cool. Thank you.
Well, we really enjoyed the set, and it's great to have you down here in Australia. And your latest record just got released down here.
Yes.
Officially, I believe.
Yes.
So
yeah.
It's been a bit of a journey with that one.
It has. Yeah, we released it first in Europe, and then the States some months later, and then now many months later here. So we'll see how it goes.
So I saw the second half of your set, so I don't have a good idea of what happened in the first half of the set yesterday. So how much does the new stuff infiltrate, you know, the set? Is that pretty predominant from start to finish? I try
and assume that there's going to be at least some people in the audience that are going to know past records.
Yeah.
And then assume that maybe some people only know the latest one or the last two. So I really try and incorporate that. And then night to night, I like to shift up the show. So not have the same songs necessarily in the set. Some will be staples in the set, but I don't know, maybe 50% of the set I change night to night. So that way, in case some people are coming back, and also to keep us as a band on our toes. Yeah, so, yeah. Can I incorporate?
You mentioned, I hope this is you that mentioned that, it was a long day yesterday. You mentioned that there was a song that's inspired by the churches you went to and you saw them rocking out.
Yeah.
And you know, how much does an experience like that influence your musical direction? And
well, I'd stumbled on, and it was totally by accident. No one took me there. I was 6 years old, and it happened to be at a club that we belonged to where the back house would be rented out for like weddings and things like that. But usually it was vacant and had a piano. And so I'd sneak off from my brother and I'd go, you know, mess around on the piano.
You were playing that young?
Yeah, I started at 4.
Oh, yeah, I guess early lessons. And
yeah. So I would sneak off to go kind of play on my own and have some fun. And one day when I was going up there, I was hearing all this ruckus that I'd never heard before. And I opened the door, and it was just the most amazing singing. And it reminded me of rock and roll and blues, which I didn't even know of at that age. But later on in my life, I saw how all that is so intertwined, especially when you go hear Baptist-style music.
Yeah.
And I just was hooked. I couldn't get enough of that expression and that passion and that sweat and just putting everything you have into it. I was just so in awe of that. Yeah, so...